So
The
how old
perception
were
is
you?
different.
Oh yeah, no. You tell people you read the 48 Laws of Power, they don't trust you anymore. How old were you when you went through the reconnaissance selection course or training? I'm looking for the difference between the two different selections at one age versus the other.
Let's see, 2002 would have been 20. So
Okay.
I was 22.
So
I was 22 when I went through. I had to have been 22 when I went through amphibious reconnaissance school.
So was there like a big difference in the way you prepared for that versus like when you went over to MARSOC? So obviously, like you understood the game a little bit better, and I'm assuming being a little bit older, yeah.
I didn't know anything about Recon really when I went into it, and I was just like, I come from you guys like the 90s it wasn't functional fitness. It was go to the gym and get jacked.
100%.
Yeah.
Go jack steel,
right?
dog.
Biceps.
Go get bigger. Strength is function, is it not?
It is a function. It is a core function. But yeah, it was eating tuna fish out of cans and jack and still. So that's pretty much all I did. And as far as the running I did, it was just like whatever running the military said that I had to do. You know what I mean? Other than that, there was no really other, So I went there very strong. I went there decently physically fit. Definitely not running capability. Like they ran my dick into the dirt. I mean, I ran when I went to RIP. So RIP was Recon Indoctrination Platoon. They don't have it anymore. Now it's like kind of like what you guys have. It's like a BRC or, Recon Marines awaiting training. And then they have like RTP, Recon Training Platoon. So it's like and what's sad is, and we can get in this to a little bit later, what the reason for that is because there's so many unqualified young men physically that they're now having to create things. SEALs had to do it as well because guys are not physically capable of completing the course at the current standards. So anyways, in my day, we went through a unit level Recon Indoctrination Platoon, which was like a 3-month course before the 3-month course. In my opinion, back then was worse because it wasn't really regulated. There's less oversight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than the actual course. But anyways, I show up really early. Me and my friend Dan New, we show up early, and they ran us so bad that I couldn't shit solid for like weeks. It was just I would just ran until I had diarrhea, literally ran me shitty. And but and then the class picked up, and we started that hazing process. And then once I went through amphibious reconnaissance school, honestly, it was not as hard as RIP. I was like, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Comparatively. Sure. Don't get me wrong. It was extremely difficult, but yeah, I didn't really know about functional training. I didn't know about, I didn't have any sort of orienteering land nav experience. I was naturally really good in the water. Because I grew up in Florida, so I was real comfortable in the water, but I didn't know how to swim like stroke wise. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So that coming in was difficult. It was hard, man. No lie. It was hard. But then, you get into recon and you become a diver and you run pre-dive things. And matter of fact, I had a bunch when you guys got kicked out of the Army school, you guys came over to our school. So I went through school with a bunch of you guys.
You couldn't kick us out. We chose to leave, first of all. Like on back.
Sure.
You're fired. Now you can't fire me. I quit.
But so anyways, once you have those experiences, you go to combat, all that stuff, there, it's just a different level of experience. You know exactly what to do. So I was actually doing a lot more orienteering, a lot more rucking, not so much focused on gym stuff as I was like pull-ups, push-ups, calisthenics, being more like that. Still did barbell stuff because you got to have that strength. And, but yeah, I was just much more, I was in the job.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah.
And I want to talk a little bit about that. So you had the distinct benefit of going downrange, after you get through your second selection there, and what it sounds like you just big dicked all the instructors. So that's, the best way to go through,
Not all of them. Just not all. Hold on. Not all of them. Just the guy who was our junior. He was our junior guy on our team and just happened to be an instructor.
Fair enough. I'll own that one. My bad. But then you had the ability to kind of go down range. Was this around 2010? I think I've heard you talk about it before, like 2010 area.
No, we went earlier. I took selection in 07, I believe. I came back from Okie in 07, and then I think we left in 08. Yeah. And then back in 2010 or 11, something like that. I was there every year until 2013. Not in one deployment, but like there wasn't a year I missed Afghanistan once I went to MARSOC.
Yeah, I had the same sort of experience when I was stationed in Vegas out of the 58th. And for whatever reason, we were the Christmas troop, like clockwork. Every single year from, a little bit before Christmas until a couple months after Christmas, we were getting ready and going. It was every single year for a little bit.